Good afternoon and welcome to Urban Review. This show is brought to you by the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development in conjunction with the Coalition for Urban Youth and Family Development and is funded by the Office of National Drug Control Policy. Therefore, the thoughts and opinions that are expressed on this show are not necessarily the thoughts and the opinions of the Office of National Drug Control Policy, the Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration, or the White House. We'd like to welcome you today to Urban Review. As you know, or you may not know, the month of January is Human Trafficking Month. And we have tried to get some statistics about human trafficking here in the state of Michigan, and we'll be bringing you that information after the break. But we do want to highlight the fact that, or spotlight the fact that human trafficking is a reality. It occurs a lot around the Metro Detroit area, at truck stops, at rest areas, where young people are often forced to involve themselves in sexual activity against their will, at a profit for another individual. So, and we find that human trafficking happens not only just to young ladies, but it also happens to young men. We find that oftentimes there are young men who are homeless and trying to find a way to survive, and they might get with a group of friends, and their friends say, hey, you can be a part of our group. We have a place for you to stay. We have food for you to eat, but you have to carry your own weight. And a part of that might be participating in activities, sexual activities, in order to make money. And then we find oftentimes that there are young people who are trapped in situations through blackmail because of sexting on their mobile phones, sending explicit photos and compromising photos of themselves over the internet or online or by mobile phone, and then finding themselves in a situation where they're being blackmailed in order to not have those photographs or that information revealed, and they find themselves in compromising situations. So let us be aware of trafficking and some of the things that happen. Just recently, my wife, Mrs. Arbuckle, who is a licensed social worker with Lincoln Behavioral Services, earlier this week, participated in a human trafficking event and workshop and webinar. And one of the stories that was being shared was of a woman who had a serious drug problem and addiction, and she basically traded her 10-year-old daughter in exchange for drugs. And the people that she did that exchange with were very abusive toward the 10-year-old, and had it not been for law enforcement getting involved, that young woman would have been trafficked across state lines. So we want to be aware of that, be cognizant of it. One of the things that you can do as a citizen is to be aware. Watch around you. When you see a young person that is unhappy with the person that they are with, watch that situation. And if your gut tells you that, your gut feel tells you that there's something wrong, then you can always share your feelings with law enforcement, and they can check into it to determine if things are the way they should be. Another thing that we want to talk to you about just a little bit is the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development is launching its Strengthening Families program. And the Strengthening Families program is a part of our Strategic Prevention Framework Partnership for Success. And we want to partner not only with other agencies that have resources that can help citizens in our community, but we want to partner with the citizens. We want to partner with the parents of the 48238 zip code, the 48204 zip code, and the 48235 zip code areas, and that is our catchment area. It is our intent to provide Strengthening Families training to over 800 families in that catchment area over the next 5 years. And we look to be able to provide BOTVN life skills training and substance abuse prevention training for over 400 youth that are at risk or that are in or transitioning out of the foster care system, as well as an additional 300 youth that may identify as LGBTQ. So we are out in the community offering these programs, and they are a very, very fantastic experience for the entire family. By participating, families will not only be helping to strengthen our community, but they will be, over the course of 11 different sessions, enhance their parenting skills and their family relationships. It will give you an opportunity to reduce behavioral problems with your young people in your home. It will give you an opportunity to improve social competencies and enhance school performance for our youth. And it will give you an opportunity to enjoy delicious meals and have a great time, because at each of the 11 sessions, there will be a family meal that will be provided. And in the first hour, it's a 2-hour session, each of the 11 sessions. And in the first hour, the parents or the caregivers and youth will meet separately and with the facilitators, and they will discuss and lead and guide those groups through information that will focus on improving the family dynamics and the family interactions. And then the youth will engage in games and activities designed to teach them valuable skills for better relationships with their peers and their siblings and their parents or their caregivers. Now, in the second hour, the parents and the caregivers and the youth will come together as a family, and the families will bond through participation in activities and various projects aimed at developing communication and problem-solving skills. And then the families will also learn how to help youth navigate peer pressure, how to improve communication skills, how to solve problems individually and as a family, and savor quality time together as a family unit. So this is a great opportunity. 2 hours, 1 hour where the family is together, and 1 hour where the parents are separated from the youth, and they have an opportunity to enhance their skills, enhance the things that they need to do to become a better unit as a family, to have better communication skills with each other, and to become better community members and be contributing positively to the impact our community. There will be participant evaluations, and when compared to families that are not in the program, it demonstrates that there is significantly lower rates of alcohol, tobacco, and marijuana use among the youth. We also have found that parents acquire skills to build positive relationships with their youth. They set appropriate limits, and they follow through on consequences that are associated with those limits. Now, these are positive outcomes that have been sustained for 6 to 10 years after families complete this program. So the Strengthening Families program is an outstanding program and an excellent way for you to enhance your family, your parenting skills, and to give your youth the tools and the skills that they need to impact their lives and to have a positive impact on the community. The World Health Organization recognized the Strengthening Families program for parents and youth 10 to ages 14, for parents and youth that are between the ages of 10 to 14 as the #1 prevention program out of 6,000 different programs that were analyzed for their long-term effects on substance use, prevention, and misuse. And thousands of families across the United States of America and in over 20 different countries have already benefited from this award-winning program. So once again, we ask you to really consider participating in this program. We're going to be offering it to families throughout the 48238, 48235, and 48204 zip code areas. And if you want to get in touch with our organization to register yourself for this wonderful program, you can go to CUYFD at CUYFDcoalition.org. You can contact us by telephone at 313-340-3101. Once again, that's 313-340-3101. And you can also go to our website, which is www.cuyfddetroit.org. That's C as in cat, U as in Ulysses, Y as in youth, F as in family, D as in development, coalition.org. And also you can go to www. C as in cat, U as in Ulysses, Y as in youth, F as in family, D as in dog, Detroit.org. And there you will find the QR code, and you can scan the QR code and register your family and register to be a part of our Strategic Prevention Framework, Partnership for Success, Strengthening Families program. Another program that the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development is going to be offering is a program for our Youth Advisory Council. And the Youth Advisory Council is an organization that we are setting up that will give our youth an opportunity to participate in various programs and activities. We're going to have some great times. We're going to take some field trips. We're going to take some college tours. We're also going to do some training using the BOTVINS evidence-based life skills training program. We're going to participate in activities like Photo Voice and be able to advocate for our community. And we want to invite young people between the ages of 10 and 14 years old to become a part of our Youth Advisory Council. We will be conducting focus groups. We will be conducting town hall meetings. We will be conducting trainings. In fact, this evening, 4 members of our Youth Advisory Council will be participating in a workshop sponsored by Stanford University on anti-vaping strategies, that those 4 will be able to learn strategies that they can then go back and share with members of their peer group and members of their schools on the dangers of vaping and some strategies to prevent the use of vaping products. So we really ask you to consider participating in our Youth Advisory Council. And once again, if you'd like to register and get signed up, please call our office at 313-340-3101 or contact us via our website at www.cuyfddetroit.org, or go to our email address, and that's cuyfd@cuyfdcoalition.org. And we look forward to you participating. You can also stop by our office. We're located at 15827 Indiana Street. That is right near the corner of Wyoming and Puritan on Detroit's west side. And know that our goal is to create a drug-free community on Detroit's west side. I just happened to be watching a bit of a documentary earlier today as I was preparing for the show, and it was about the life and times of Miss Maya Angelou. And one of the things that she was sharing is how our young people are using profanity. They're using the N-word and acting as if it's okay. And she recently, she had gotten into a conversation with Common. And she was saying to him how negatively those words were. And he was trying to share his perspective and his point of view that, this is our culture, and young people have taken a word that was negative and flipped it around to make it our way of life. And one of the analogies that she made that I thought was very impactful is that we know that the N-word and other words of profanity are negative. We know that their intent was to demean and bring people down. And as far as we taking it and repackaging it, her comment was that you can take poison, and if it has the skull and crossbones on it and it's poison, you can pour it into a crystal vase and it's still poison. So you can package profanity and the N-word and negative words any way you want to, but they're still profane, they're still negative, they're still meant to demean people. And we should avoid using them as best we can at all costs. And I'm going to let us go to our sponsors right now, and we'll be back right after this message.
The Center for Urban Youth and Family Development is a nonprofit organization that focuses on preventing personal problems we believe are facilitated by being raised in a foster care environment, or remediating potential problems through education and information to the community. Our programs focus on 3 key areas: youth aging out of foster care, community action, and healthcare. Our programs are focused on young adults in the foster care system who are about to age out, those that have just aged out, and the community at large. The Center for Urban Youth and Family Development hosts a variety of services focusing on the needs of foster care youth throughout the community. We also work with numerous community coalitions in our effort to provide the best services for our clients and to help build stronger communities. We believe that a healthy mind and body are cornerstones to a healthy and prosperous community. The center also engages our community in mental health and wellness advocacy, as well as suicide prevention. Fostered youth emerge from the foster care system vulnerable to substance abuse, with little opportunity to obtain higher education or develop life skills. The Center for Urban Youth and Family Development empowers youth that are in and transitioning out of the foster care system to overcome the struggles and challenges by providing them substance abuse prevention, life skills training, and workforce development programs. Drawing from the life experiences of our founder, Mr. Marcel Arbuckle, we open the door to positive and productive life through education, health, and life skills development. For more information, you can visit our website at cuyfddetroit.org or check out our social media at cuyfddetroit.
Meet Danny, high school senior, 17 years of age, all-A student. Danny is just now finding out he scored 1,490 out of 1,600 on his SAT. Danny's friend decided to ask, "How did you do it?" Danny replied, "I believe every day is a test. To fail or succeed, you choose." The effects of vaping is the one test that Danny chose not to study for.
Vaping does not discriminate on who becomes addicted. Over 2 million high school students use some type of electronic cigarette device. The top tobacco companies also own vaping devices. The FDA found that vaping contains some of the same toxic chemicals as regular cigarettes that lead to cancer. So whether you smoke traditional cigarettes with tobacco or smoke electronic cigarettes using nicotine, your health is at risk. There's no safe way to smoke. For more information, contact the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development.
You will love your Avis Ford, because at Avis Ford, we make it easy to get you your no money down monthly payment right over the phone. We call it Shop by Phone, and it's the best way we know to get you your payment options fast. You want leather and a sunroof? How about an upgrade to all-wheel drive? Just give us a call. Shop online, shop by phone, or visit us at Telegraph at 12 Mile. Call 1-800-SHOP-FORD.
The non-medical use of prescription drugs, including opioids, is a growing concern in our communities, affecting all ages, including our youth. If the medication wasn't prescribed to you or has expired, don't take it. If your name isn't on the bottle, it's not meant for you to swallow. Addiction is real, and lives are being ruined. Or worse yet, lost.
Visit preventiondetroit.org/opioids to find prescription Dropbox locations.
Welcome back to Urban Review, everybody. Earlier in the show, I indicated that I would give you some statistics about human trafficking here in the state of Michigan. And we started collecting information on human trafficking back in 2007, and they created a thing called the Human Trafficking Hotline. Since 2007, there have been 7,285 calls to the hotline. And these signals, just since 2021, there were 1,186 communications that were signals that were received from 526 different individuals on or victims or survivors of human trafficking. We found that there are three basic types of human trafficking. There's sex trafficking, there is labor trafficking, and then there is the combination of the two. And the venues for that we find are hotel and motel based. We had a grand total of 267 different incidents. Of those 267, 30 of them were hotel and motel based. 27 of them were residential based commercial sex. 20 of them were for pornography that included child pornography. 16 of these incidences were illicit massage and spa businesses. 15 of these issues were online venues, an ad online for an unknown venue. And there were 3 incidents that were a hostess strip club based incidents, and then several that were in the other. And as I indicated, for the venues for the labor trafficking, basically domestic work. And then reports on trafficking tips, almost 208 of them. We found that 202 of the incidents involved adults, while 77 of the incidents involved minors. 252 of the incidents involved females. 28 of the incidents involved males. We found that 21 of those incidents were non-U.S. citizens of Latin descent, and then we found that 9 of them were foreign nationals. So as you can see, this phenomena reaches across genders, it reaches across ages, it reaches across socioeconomic levels, and it is a very, very, very serious issue. And once again, you can go to the National Human Trafficking Hotline to get support and to report any incidents that you might be aware of. You can do it by phone call. You can use your SMS text message on your cell phone. You can go online to the National Human Trafficking Hotline site and make a report. You can also do it via email. So really, really be aware. Once again, one of the most impactful and positive things that can happen is when people are watching, when people are aware of what's going on around them, and make sure that you care, and caring is a very, very important thing. Just a couple of other things I want to mention. In the month of February, on February the 17th, the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development, in collaboration with the Coalition for Urban Youth and Family Development, and in collaboration with Hartford Men's United, will be sponsoring our 6th annual Substance Abuse Prevention, Mental Health, and Wellness Summit for Men. Our Men's Substance Abuse, Mental Health, and Wellness Summit will take place on the 3rd Saturday in February. That's February the 17th. We'll be offering free breakfast that begins at 8 o'clock. Breakfast will be from 8 to 9 o'clock. Then we will have a keynote address by none other than our Wayne County Sheriff, Mr. Sheriff Raphael Washington. And then we will have panel discussions on prostate cancer and on lung cancer. We have our friends from Health Alliance Plan from HAP that will be coming out doing blood pressure screenings and dental screenings. We will also have our friends from Henry Ford Health System that will be coming out and doing the prostate cancer screenings. We'll be offering free haircuts, acupuncture, massages. We're also going to be offering a mental health first aid training, and we will be offering free lunch. Simultaneously, we will be having a function for our young people where we'll be conducting a town hall meeting and some focus groups. So once again, that's at Hartford Memorial Baptist Church, 18700 James Cousins Highway. That's the lodge just before you get to 7 Mile, right there on the service drive. Come on out to Hartford Memorial Baptist Church, 8 o'clock a.m. on Saturday, the 3rd Saturday in February, February the 17th, and have breakfast and lunch and get a free haircut and have some critical health information. That's our Men's Substance Abuse Prevention, Mental Health, and Wellness Summit. We look forward to having you there. And as we wrap things up, once again, we want to bring to your mind the words that Nelson Mandela said to himself for 27 years during his captivity. Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods there be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud, and under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloodied but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid, for it matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the captain of my fate and the master of my soul. And always remember, when you're up against the trouble, meet it squarely face to face. Plant your feet, set your shoulders, lift your chin, and take a brace. And when the worst is bound to happen, in spite of all that you can do, you may fail, but you may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. When it's veiled to try and dodge it in spite of all that you can do, remember, running from it will not save you. See it through. Even hope may seem but futile when with troubles you'll be fed. But remember, you're simply facing what other men have met. So if you fail, fall still fighting, don't give up whatever you do. Eyes front, head high to the finish, and see it through. Thank you for watching Urban Review.